A new aggressive push tonight from the president.
If Donald Trump gets back in power, what freedom will you lose next?
A new ad blitz pinning the blame on his predecessor for Arizona's controversial abortion ban.
Your body and your decisions belong to you, not the government, not Donald Trump. I will fight like hell to get your freedom back.
On the Arizona ruling that reinstates an 1864 law banning nearly all abortions, with the exception of those to save the mother's life, the Biden campaign's looking to put Republicans on defense, as Mr. Trump acknowledges overnight Democrats have the political advantage.
The only issue they have, the only issue they think they have is on abortion. And now all I say is the states are handling it.
The former president accusing Democrats of trying to distract from the economy and immigration, both consistently the most important issue for voters, with polls showing Americans prefer Mr. Trump to President Biden by about 20 points on the economy, 30 points on the border. Even though Mr. Trump opposes the Arizona abortion ban and a national ban, he's also taking credit for the overturning of Roe v. Wade, a decision which paved the way for very restrictive, broadly unpopular abortion limits. He and other Republicans now trying to thread the needle, including Arizona's Kari Lake.
A full ban on abortion is not where the people are. The issue is less about banning abortion and more about saving babies.
For the ban's opponents in Arizona, anger turning to action. You say you're ready to do whatever it takes to get the ban repealed, but how?
I immediately called for the repeal of this ban, and I'm going to continue to do that. I think a lot of Republicans are seeing that this is going to hurt them in the election.
And state lawmakers could pass a repeal as early as next week before the ban's set to go into effect later this spring. Lester?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.